Right, welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction. Manchester United 3, Atalanta 2 after coming from 2 goals down. United making a comeback. Was this a game of two halves, or was this United just having the resilience to dig deep and find the positivity, the attitude, the old United way to claw that game back from the jaws of defeat? Today we have Adam from Australia. Adam's welcome to the show.
Hey, buddy.
And Joe represents Houston Red Army in the United States. Joe, welcome to the show, the Peacemaker. Right,
What up?
guys, it was what you call a game of two halves from what we saw. 2 goals conceded, 2 sloppy goals. McTominay and Maguire kind of were at the key moments where the goals went in. Adam, goal number 1 we conceded. How bad was it?
Yeah, look, it was. Look, I come down to the way we started the game. The way we started the game, and I sort of took note of it. And our first pass straight off the kickoff was a long ball. Our second thing that we got was a turnover of possession, and then it went out for a throw-in. Then the throw-in went in, and it went straight into the midfield, straight back, straight across the other side of the pitch. And then Wan-Bissaka, negative as usual, goes back across the pitch. Same way. There was no forward motion straight in the first 2 minutes of the game. So to me, I was a bit worried straight off the start how we already started the game. So to me, it was no surprise that we copped the first goal, being that Atalanta has been known to a bit of a lead side and score goals very freely. So, and they're not really worried about defence.
Right. Joe, first goal.
First goal, it was man, it was a gut punch, man, because like you can tell we were like Adam said, we were playing pretty decently. It's just that we weren't finishing our food. And it seemed like after the first goal, it's like their game plan was working, which was sit back. They played like really good defense where our players were put off most of the time. They had a lot of block shots. And their whole idea was to nick us on a counter attack or maybe something with set piece. And it seemed like after that first goal, you knew they was gonna go back to playing the way they were, sitting back, and it's gonna be left to us to break them down. But it was definitely a gut punch. It was just one of those. Man, we play defensively so that we avoid things like this. So now it's like, why are we even like? Can we, So a bunch of things start going on in your head as far as like the players, the choice and everything. But yeah, that first. But there was with the way we were playing, I still thought we were definitely still in the game. I thought the guys were going to respond. I thought they scored too early. Right. And I thought we would have been able to just bounce back. I didn't think the game was away from us at the time.
Right. Goal number 2, set piece. We have a set piece expert called Eric Ramsey. He's new. He said United are going to be better on corner kicks. And there you go. Corner kick came in, and the rest we know what happened. Adam, goal number 2.
Goal number 2 was that from a corner? Was it
corner kick? 2? Yeah.
Corner.
So it was the first one that was the overlap.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Look. Yeah. Not Rashford. Maguire simply lost his player again.
Completely.
Yep.
And I don't know. He must have been asleep again, because it was like when he did go to challenge the header. I don't know why Luke Shaw was there. Like again, we mark up man to man, but there's height differences in players. Like, Luke Shaw wasn't even close to the height of the player that actually scored. So I'm still wondering why Luke Shaw was actually in that position. For me, Luke Shaw probably should be sitting on the post and not coming off the post. But we don't tend to even put a player on the post anymore. But Maguire's lost the player, and then he's actually, to try and rectify it, he's actually tried to push him. And like that's just so you're not if you miss the header, you've actually pushed the player, and it's going to be a penalty anyway. So Maguire's really got to wake up, and So it's first half it was very poor again. So especially from Maguire, he really had to step up as the captain in the second half to get that goal. So yeah, it was poor, of course, copping goals like that. And again, we've gone. I think it's now 20 games now without having a clean sheet. So after today, I think it's 20 games, without a clean sheet.
Since Varane has not played,
horrible.
we're conceding an average of 4 and 3 goals a game since Varane has not played, since he's been injured. Joe, goal number 2.
Goal number 2, I'm looking at the replay again, and it seemed like our posture was, it looks like they were trying to do a combination of zone and man, because while the individual that scored, that was somebody that was being chased around by Shaw, right?
Just like Adam said.
And Maguire was behind Shaw playing zone, wasn't marking anybody. He was dead set in the middle. Shaw lost the guy where he thought the guy was going to go forward. He kind of bit, right? But the guy stepped back into the goal. And if you look at it, Shaw tries to head the ball, but completely misses it because he had stepped too far forward. It was really Shaw's fault. It was Shaw's man because, Maguire had to stay stationary because that was his particular zone. But
but Maguire's the free man. Maguire's the free man. So it's his job to get to that ball. That's the idea of him not marking. He's the free man to get to that ball.
And he didn't do it.
If you look at the positioning, it seemed like he was well in front of Maguire. I don't see how Maguire would have been able to catch him and affected the trajectory of the ball without fouling him.
Come on, man. If he's free man, he needs to be following that ball. And if we can't judge a ball coming across from a corner,
okay.
He sees the ball. He should follow the ball.
There's no excuse for it. Exactly. That's why he's a free man. He should be following the ball. And I played soccer for 35, 40 years, and we always had a free man in the box. And it was his duty to always get to that ball if somebody else isn't. And I agree, it's probably Luke Shaw's fault, but if Maguire's just there as the free man, and it was only in the 6-yard box. Was it 6-yard box? Joe, you said you're watching it again. So it was close to the 6-yard box, wasn't it? Yeah, he should be getting there. Or Dyer should be coming up punch.
Let me send something in the text. Because, he's the free man, but I think with the pace of the ball, there really wasn't that much time between when he made contact with the ball and when
Maguire
approached the ball. Because when contact was actually made with the ball, Luke Shaw had the guy marked. The guy was nowhere near Maguire.
Yeah.
As the ball traveled in the air, Luke Shaw moved forward and created that space behind him. Mm-hmm. And the guy slid right into that space and headed it. Maguire, by the time, because the pace of the ball, it would have been difficult. It would have been difficult.
Right. Do you guys think David De Gea kept us in the game at 2-0 because he made some great saves in the first half, didn't he?
Mate, at 2-1, he made that double save at 2-1. So,
man.
Ronaldo's going to get all the credit. Again, when De Gea should be getting the credit. Like, the Ronaldo got Player of the Month last year, and De Gea is the one that kept us all in the games.
For Ronaldo to make the work. So, one guy stops us conceding, another guy gets the goal to keep us winning.
That's right.
Both of them doing a great job.
Ronaldo's the fan favourite and due credit, but to me, I love De Gea, and mate, the way he's playing this year.
I don't think Henderson's coming back.
Mate, to De Gea's credit, man, he's dug himself out of a hole. And the thing about it is, even Manchester United, they have that app, and you go on there and you vote for the player of the game. And Ronaldo's going to get the player of the game, but no way, not for me. At 2-1, De Gea saves a double. And De Gea, get him the, man of the match, but he won't get it.
So, as it stands now, United were 2-0 down. First half, heads were down. You could see, I think, after the corner kick, I think the camera panned to Ronaldo and Bruno. They were livid. They were pissed, really? really, because it now became harder at home, and you could see the fans would it just just sent shockwaves around everyone. Like, you know what? The Ole outers were like, yeah, this is what we've been saying. This is what we're saying, beating the drum. And I saw Ole's body language when the second goal went in. You could just see the heads just drop, like, bloody hell. Is this turned into a nightmare? Because it was literally turned into a nightmare. But the second half turned. As you know, first half, they didn't convert the chances. Rashford had a chance, Ronaldo had a chance. I think Fred had a chance, which is saved. Come into the second half. So Adam, talk me into the first half leading to Rashford's goal. How the momentum changed.
First things first, I want to say when Bruno and Ronaldo came together, and both of them had the shits. Bruno never had the best first half. He was turning over the ball all the time. So, it's like people do say, Bruno, sometimes people always talk about Bruno being the captain, but you can't have Bruno as a captain if he's going to be turning over all that ball all the time, because he's making mistakes, and then as soon as somebody else makes a mistake, he's happy to have a go at him. So you can't have both ways, as far as I'm concerned. So Bruno really, instead of sitting there and bitching out every second, which he has been doing, and he did it early in that game as well. He didn't get his own way, and he's having a go at the ref all the time. Sooking, just get on with the game. Just move on, in the second half, I've got to give Ole credit. I've got to give Ole credit. He's walked down the tunnel. He's got his team together. He's rallied them together, and he's made them come out to believe that they can win this game. And, I don't think it takes much rallying for Ronaldo to rally to score goals and win games, because that's what he's always done, won games for teams. So, but I've got to give Ole credit where it's due. He's gone in there. He could have easily just laid down and, been a little bit negative and gone off his rocket, but he maybe did go off his rocket, but he just definitely talked them into believing they could win the game. And, Rashford's goal, as much as Bruno had a poor first half, I thought, the second half, that touch he gave for Rashford, holy shit, mate, that is back to goal as well. And he's just flicked it around with his right foot, put Rashford on goal. That's death touch. And it was good to see Bruno come back and be able to provide Rashford with that goal. And the calmness that Rashford took that goal was just beautiful. He teed up the keeper and he didn't whack it hard. He just passed it straight in. It was just, it was a mint goal.
Joe, United's first goal.
Amazing goal, man. Amazing goal. I do kind of want to push back a little bit on the Bruno smoke. We understand who Bruno is, and we understand he's that unique kind of player that he's definitely trying ways to get the ball forward. Very unorthodox a lot of times. He makes passes that nobody else is thinking about. That's why he tried that with Rashford, because nobody else is thinking. Everybody's thinking he's going to collect maybe a couple of touches and then maybe try something, but not that first touch back to goal. So because he takes his chances like that, I think, if we don't have too many people, we can't have Bruno losing the ball as much as he did today, like you said, but also having Fred and McTominay losing the ball at that same quantity. When Bruno's going to lose the ball, but he's also going to trial out and create a lot of chances. But as far as unlike with Fred, so they have no reason to be losing the ball at all, because there isn't a other side of that coin where they're producing in a way to contribute to scoring. So I think Bruno is going to be allowed to keep playing like that moving forward, So
Maguire makes it 2-2.
Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah, well, he didn't give up on the play, did he? He didn't give up on the play. He stayed in the box, and it was a really good goal in the end. He took his really well as well, but he needed it. He needed to do something for the team because he's cost the team in the last couple of weeks, and he hasn't been playing well over the last few weeks. And so credit to him. He got forward and. He's actually put that shot away. He could have easily missed that. He was a little bit wide of the left-hand post. So, credit to him. He's just passed it in and with a bit of pace on it. And you got to give credit where credit's due. And thank God he was there in the position he was, because there was no one else there. He was there. So, if that was Roy Keane versus Juventus, we'd be all be talking about it right now. But it's Harry Maguire. So, credit to Harry. He's done well there and scored.
Right. Joe, Maguire's equalizer. I think
Hell
at
of a
that
shot.
point, the fans went wild. At 2-2.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I mean, it was one of those kind of plays where he didn't give up on the play. He still was there. But like, if they had hit us on the counter, holy smoke, would he have been out of position? You know what I mean? But great goal. The touch, it was a little awkward. The way he hit it, he didn't place it with the side foot. He front footed it, and oh my goodness, to me, I was a little nervous with the way he hit it, but it went straight in and killed it. I was ecstatic. It was at that point, and it was like at the 73rd minute. I'm like, okay.
Did you think there was hope? Did you believe there was hope?
I believe there was hope, but unfortunately, I still got PTSD from the Leicester game. We tied that game too. You know what I mean? At 2-2. So I was like, guys, just settle down. Don't get complacent. I was like, okay, if we could survive the next 90 seconds, I guess, okay, we might have something, So they didn't turn around and concede. So at that point, I was like, and with the way they were playing at that point, Pogba's in, Sancho's coming in. We were
smoking,
pressing hard, and you saw mentally, Atalanta had lost it.
Yeah,
they had lost it because they couldn't believe that they let this game go, and now they were trying to keep what they had, not trying to take what they came for. You know what I mean? They're trying to keep the point rather than take the 3 points, and that's where we had them. That's where we had them, man. It was only a matter of time.
Right. Then enter the man, enter the moment, enter the head of the ball. Adam, Ronaldo's cross from Luke Shaw, beautiful cross.
Yeah, it was. Look, I'll come back to Bruno today. I thought he was with his crossing. He just from the corners, he was very poor.
Corners, he was horrendous.
It was so poor with his corners today. And just before Shaw put his cross in, Bruno again tried to put a cross in, and it was poor. So I'm glad he dished off. I think he realised that he's just not going to cut it. So he's knocked it back to Luke Shaw, and to Luke Shaw's credit, he could have gone back to Bruno. And I actually thought Luke Shaw actually played pretty well today. He was running into a little bit of space, and he was taking on players and getting back in defence, even though I thought he made the wrong decision on the first goal, coming inside instead of staying outside.
Yep.
But it was a beautiful delivery. And if you have a look at Ronaldo, the hang time, we always talk about Michael Jordan and his hang time. But Ronaldo, beautiful head of beautiful.
Let's not get reckless now.
Yeah, and we're not getting reckless, but I can assure you, he did hang there for a little bit, and it was a nice header down to the corner. So it was a very good goal in the end. So it got us the win.
Joe, with that kind of situation, it's obvious. Real Madrid put the balls in the box. Juventus put the balls in the box. All United need to do is put the ball in the box. Quality. That's all that's needed. And if they put the ball in the box, other than him and Cavani, none of our strikers head the balls properly. Let's be honest. Martial, Rashford, what's his name? Greenwood. They don't head balls.
No.
They're players who use the foot. Only Cavani and Ronaldo head the ball, as in our strikers. So they need to put the ball in the box. Tell me about the winning goal.
Well, as far as the winning goal is concerned, I mean, as far as Bruno, I don't. If you look at the replay again, I thought it looked like a bad cross, but if you look at it again, he was trying to get the ball to Cavani. Cavani was on the byline and he was cheating, and he he just didn't hit it with enough accuracy closest to the byline. The guy was able to intercept it. But as far as the goal, I mean, the cross, the hang time, I mean, there's. I'm sorry. I started thinking about what was the question again? Bring it back.
Talk me through how the goal came. What was
Okay.
your thought about it? Were you expecting that kind of cross? Were you expecting that kind of response? Did you think Ronaldo even get the ball?
I didn't think it was going to come from across. Like just with the way we've been playing, it's another one of those things that puzzles us about Ole. We have Cavani. We now have two world-class players that can head the ball after a cross, but we just like for some reason just taking it out the game. We crossed the ball more often last season than we are this season. I just don't understand. I just don't get it. Like unless Cristiano is saying that he doesn't want balls in the air anymore, it just doesn't make any sense. The guy, I mean, the way he clearly has a skill, the ability to be able to just figure out the trajectory, the speed of the ball in reference to him so that he can jump and just stay there and just wait for it to come to him.
I know,
and
right?
then boom, just finish it off. It's crazy. It was madness. I was ecstatic. I had meetings. I was like, oh my God. But it was great. It was
I was at
fantastic.
work and I had the headphones on and I went crazy a couple of times on the building site. So it was very good. Yeah. Now, I will say one thing. I've got to give Pogba and Sancho, when they came on, mate, Pogba looked really good when he came on. He was faking and stuff like that. He split a couple of players on halfway there at one stage and progressed the ball forward. So I've got to give maybe that could be the key for Ole. He's benched Pogba and Pogba's come off the bench and put in quite a performance when he came on. So
How was Sancho?
yeah, he looked pretty good. Sancho came on for Greenwood, so he looked all right. He was given. I think both of them were given 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you want Sancho starting, but yeah, second half you cannot question the second half, except maybe De Gea when he made that double save at 2-1. So he doesn't make that save, but it's game over. At that stage, you're not scoring 4, that's for sure.
Right.
To win the game. So the second half was very good for mine.
Right.
They came out with the right attitude, and I can't see why they can't do that week in, week out.
Week in, week out.
I can't see why you can't. How do you turn up for a second half and put in a performance like that? Like if you were a neutral, you would have been loving that game. It was end to end. Both teams were attacking.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, United just shit defending. But as a United supporter, you're nearly booting the TV again. So as a spectacle, I think it was great, and it was good. Look, for the crowd that is at that game, and I do know a few people that do go to all the games, and I congratulate them, and they deserve that win. We can sit at home and watch the games there, but they got their hard earns. They're all at the game. They put their life and bleed for the club. They go to the games. They want every game. I'm sure if I was over there, I'd be doing the same thing. They deserve that win, the crowd, and they really stepped up as the crowd and got them home. The atmosphere was so loud at times out there. So, and I could hear it through my headphones, and it was credit to the crowd out there. Right. They deserved every bit of that win.
Even with the booing at the half.
Yeah, the booing at the half. Yeah, but that could be just a certain section too,
And they were just
woke them up.
I think he woke them up.
Yeah,
woke them up because it was. You don't want to say it's well deserved, but it was a bad half. It was a really.
It was a bad half, and I'm not going to knock anyone for booing the team, but I mean you've got to support your team as well. So, and there would have been gestures thrown. Well, I did. I was listening to Talk Sport straight after the game. I listened to their sports channel for about 2 hours after the game, and they had fans on there coming in from the game, and people were sledging Ole, and credit to the team. They came out and won it for him. So the question about whether he's lost the dressing room or not. If he's lost the dressing room, the team doesn't come out and perform like that. So you can put that question to bed.
Right.
Yeah, that's done.
So United got 3 points. In the second game last time was Villarreal, last minute. Coming from behind again, digging deep, finding the goal. Old Trafford, the fans pushed the team. I can see that. But we have got 3 points. We have moved up the table. Can United keep doing this against a team like Liverpool on Sunday? Give Liverpool 2-0 start. Adam.
No, definitely not. Mate, definitely not. No, mate, they got one of the best. Well, they have. I reckon they've probably got the best defensive setup in the league.
Right.
So they're not going to crumble. They're not going to crumble like Atalanta today. 100%, man. They'd be itching for this game on the weekend. And we need momentum going into that game. So today was a really good win to get under our belt to take momentum into that game. But they had a good win in the Champions League again. So what was 4-0, 4-0. And there was a question on board the other day: who's the most threatening side in the Premier League? And I said Liverpool. Everyone was saying Chelsea. I do worry for this game. I think if we can play like we played for 90 minutes, definitely I think we can get 3 points or at least a point out of the game. But if it's like the first half, mate, that front line of Liverpool's going to make a mess of us. That's for sure.
Right. Now, who was your man of the match today? And all right, I'm going to ask you best player, most average player, and the worst. So you got 3 options there. You could start with worst, average, and best.
The worst player today?
Yeah, in the United team.
The second half, I can't give you a worst player. But the first half, I could probably say, I've got to say Bruno. I just didn't enjoy the ball turnover. Even he's playing through the lines, the ball was too heavy at times. He was taking the wrong line. He was taking a few shots. I actually thought Fred played all right today. Fred and McTominay did all right. I watched the game twice. And if you watch him, and again, you got to justify Ole picking him. They have won again with the McFred combination.
There you
go. As much as no one wants him there, Ole's is like I said before. If Ole backs himself and he's happy to keep him, and they do get results, then you've got to stick with them. Average. So what was the first one? I've got to say Bruno in the first half.
Average player.
Average player. Yeah, probably Maguire. Maguire was pretty average.
And your man of the match.
And man of the match. Man of the game. Look, we always give credit for players scoring good goals. This one's a bit of a tough one for me because I thought Rashford was very good. Without taking his chances. And I know most people would say Ronaldo, but if I could give you 2, I'm going to say.
You can have 2 players who tied. That's your best.
I'm going to say De Gea for making that double save at 2-1, and he was left stranded twice on the 2 goals that went in, so I can't really blame him for that. But Rashford coming back from injury, he's really stepped. He scored, played 2 times, 2 goals. He was making some great runs in behind. And I've got to say, like everyone was talking about, Ole's strategies and stuff like that. You could clearly see today that in attack, he wanted Rashford to come inside and take that 9 position and make that run in behind and switch Ronaldo out to the left. So I thought that worked well in the first half without scoring our goals. And I thought it was going to be a situation where we just keep making chances and we're not going to get the goal. So I've got to say Rashford and De Gea for me. I thought they were both brilliant.
Right. Joe, worst, average, and the best. You could tie 2 players. You could tie 2 players at the worst, 2 players average, 2 players at only 2, maximum 2.
I'm gonna go with the best player right now. Best player, Unfortunately, I didn't see it the same way. I thought even though the passes didn't come off in the first half, he kept going and it was vital. I mean, a lot of those chances were created. I'm talking about Bruno. A lot of those chances that he created, we didn't finish our food. That was part of the problem that we had in the first half. We didn't finish our food, and we weren't able to put it through. And Bruno was getting balls to our forwards. Average
Lindelof created the first one. Lindelof created the first chance. It went straight over the top, over the back top. I want you to go back and watch the first half.
First one? Okay. I know, but like the second half, he kind of made up for that. And,
Yeah, I agree. That's what I said. I said the second half, he played really well.
Adam,
I totally agree.
Average player, average. I'm going to give it. It's a split between Maguire and Lindelof. I saw a lot of times when Lindelof, again, was exposed. But if this was a better team, maybe a scoring opportunity would have came from that. And unfortunately, worst game today, I really didn't see much from Greenwood today. Kind of disappeared. I know. He kind of disappeared.
Is that your worst player, Greenwood?
I'm gonna have to give it. It's either Greenwood or it's either Greenwood or Maguire, but I'm gonna have to give it to Greenwood because Maguire scored. Maguire scored.
Yeah, I did see a lot of WhatsApp people saying Mason had a quiet game, and it was maybe he was tired. They should have done the reverse, started Sancho, bring in Mason the reverse way. But Ole was always going to start Mason.
I am a Greenwood lover, so I do see him through.
Don't get me wrong. Yo, no slander on the kid.
Yeah.
I love this kid, man.
He was switch and play very well at times. First half, you could have picked anyone. You really could have picked anyone in that first half. But that's a tough question.
Right. It is tough. That's why I asked it.
The second half was obviously a lot better.
Now,
definitely.
The whole team as a unit combined everything they did in the first half, combined everything second half. What do you grade the team overall on a scale of 1 to 10? Conceding, then winning. What do you combine? What would you give them?
Combined. Now I'm starting to get good at these. I'm going to give them. I've got to give them one each for a goal. So that was 3. So they're above 3. And then we copped 2 goals. So maybe down to a 1. But so I'm going to average it out at about a 6.5.
Getting a 6.5 of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Joe.
A lot of perseverance. Did in front of home fans. Didn't let off. Came, fight for the badge. There were still defensive mistakes that I saw in the second half, but they pulled through. So I'm gonna give them a 5.5, 6. I'll give them a 6. I'll give them a 6.
Right. Ole, for substitution, tactics, and selection today. Adam, what do you give Ole today?
We're gonna have to split this one between halves.
Yeah. Look, selection wise, he got it right. You can't knock him selection wise because it was probably our best team out there. Pogba deserved to be dropped, and Sancho hasn't been playing the best. So tactically, first half looks. And again, look, I know I'm always, at times I will stick up for Ole because we definitely had chances in that first half to take the lead. We definitely had chances. Rashford had one in the first few minutes of the game, he got him behind. Ronaldo had a chance. Fred had a good chance just on half time. So, tactically, we talk about Ole's tactics. I did see a bit between Ronaldo and
Greenwood.
And Ronaldo and Rashford. And, poor defense in the back line. What do you do? Like, you can't blame Ole for that, surely. But if Maguire's asleep or Shaw's marked up the wrong person or the players got away, that's got to be on the players there.
Right.
But as a whole, I've got to give Ole credit for half time. He's come in. He's probably given him a bollocking or, he's definitely got him up for the second half. So I'll probably give him a 6.5 as well. probably 6.5 without being outstanding. You know, I can't go and give him a below 5. Not a chance. You know, and as much as there's a lot of people Ollie out, you've got to give him credit for today, I think.
Right. Joe, Ole, selections, substitutions, and tactics today. What do you give him? Combining both halves.
He did end up getting the win. That's good. And whatever he did, whatever he told him in the locker room, clearly worked. He got Central in there. He changed it up. He made substitutions in a timely manner. I feel like we give Ole like extra points for doing like basic shit sometimes, you know, because he's always, you know, in the past have made like if we weren't losing the game, I don't think he would have made the substitutions as early as he did.
True.
But he did. He made them. They were impactful. So yeah, I'll probably give Ole a 6 as well.
Ole a 6. Well, United have won by beating Atalanta 3-2, coming from 2-0 down, which was that 2-0 at home mentally could be demoralizing. As we all fans, we were all demoralized, like because I know WhatsApp was blowing up, and I said, the chat, I don't know if you saw it, just said the next goal is crucial, which means if Atlanta score, it's lights out. If United score, there. So I said the next goal, because I knew there were going to be more goals, because the 2 in that first half, United will come back. However, lose, but they'll try and put something out. So I said the next goal, and at least when United scored 2-1, all right, 2-2. I said, okay, this is looking good. Then they threw in the kitchen sink and everything. So it was a good night. Like Adam said, those who went to the game will have a nice day at work tomorrow, because you know there's something a buzz. But does this show that we could beat Liverpool? Adam said earlier, like, if you can't give Liverpool 2-0 lead, they ain't be lights, ain't be done. So quickly, Adam, what do you think is going to happen on Sunday against Liverpool? Draw, win, lose?
I think Ollie will line up the same. I don't think he'll change the lineup. I don't think he would. Yeah, I don't think he will. And I think we'll sit back. I think we'll sit back and let them come on to us.
I hear them on the break.
Yeah, I think we'll sit back. You know, the only part I may see is Pogba come in, but then who does he come in for? So we've got Rashford, you got a bit cork. So it depends on how bad that cork is. So hopefully they can rub that out in a hurry. And I'd like to see Rashford. I'd like to see the starting lineup the same. Varane is still out, isn't he? So
Yes, he is.
yeah, he's still out. So it'll definitely be the same lineup. So yeah, it's a tough one. Look, if we sit back and let them come onto us and we don't make stupid ass defensive mistakes, I think we can win, because we've proven that before. But look, Liverpool's in red hot form, and
tell me about it.
You know, they're averaging, like I said before, 3 goals a game, and they're not just scoring. One thing I will say about today, there wasn't really a lot of individual brilliance in goals to get us out of trouble. A lot of it were team goals, which we haven't had for a long time.
Very true.
So I was proud of that in the second half. So if we can take our second half to the Liverpool game, I think we're every chance of winning that game. Right. But if we obviously take our first half like every other game, hopefully everything like that is behind us now. It's lights out. We'll definitely lose for sure, and we won't even take a point. So it's a real tough one this weekend. My heart's telling me today's made it hard because we had a poor first half and a really good second half. So head's saying we're going to lose, but I don't think we're going to lose by that much. But like I said, if we get that second half into that game in the weekend, I think we're a good chance of winning.
Joe.
Actually, to be honest, I think we'll be lucky we get a point out of that game.
Oh dear.
Because I feel like our best chance to beat them is to play counter-attacking football. But right now, we're just not defensively good enough to give Liverpool that much of the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Even with the win that we had today, there were certain chances. Like we have, so we're like, is De Gea supposed to have a man of the match type game every game now?
But
Wow.
don't forget, but at 2-1, we do have to press.
Mm.
We do have to press. So in this game, we won't have to press.
Well, we're not going to press them. We're going to give Liverpool the ball. That's what they do. They are them and City have because all they do is play teams that are trying not to get embarrassed. All they do is play teams that have the low block. Their system is a low block destroyer. So I haven't
agree.
seen
Totally.
I have not
Yeah.
seen us defensively be strong enough to be able to withstand what they do, right? So the only way that can happen, right, would be the same thing that happened today.
Do you think
Wow.
he'll start
Passion.
with 5 in the back? Do you think he'll start with 5 in the back?
No, I think he'll still go for.
I don't even
put
think
McFred in front of them.
Because he has done that before, and it's
Yes.
been a disaster. It's been a
I don't even think
disaster.
that's a
Remember,
good idea.
he brings Shaw back inside,
Mm.
and it's
Tell us on the
not
left.
good. I really hope he doesn't, because
No,
he
I
has
don't
done it
think he would.
before.
I think you're right. I think he's going to play the same team
Yeah,
he
I
did
really
today.
hope he does.
Same.
Yeah,
and swap them the same way, like bringing Pogba, bringing Sancho
Yeah.
to finish off. That's what, and Cavani. I think we only allowed 3 subs in Premier League. So yeah,
only
probably
3.
that.
Yeah,
Right. So, well, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Another day. We have on Saturday, I'm planning to have some Liverpool fans against United fans for the pre-match for the game on Sunday. So I'm going to reach out to 3 Liverpool people if I could get 1 or 2 of them on to discuss on Saturday. I'll let you guys know, and we can have that debate. I know that they're feeling really confident. You know what I mean? So
as they should be.
Yes, they should be, because they
Yeah.
play good football. Mo
We
Salah,
would be confident too. We were playing like them.
oh yeah, and with Mo Salah playing out of his skin, who can stop him? Not Lindelof, definitely not. Then Lindelof, but it
It'll
is
be
what
Luke.
it is.
Luke Shaw will
It'll
be
be
the one
Luke
marking
Shaw.
him.
Luke Shaw
Look,
got
so,
it.
oh God,
I got Luke Shaw. And I think Wan-Bissaka, we do have players that can take care of them. You know what I mean? The only thing that I worry about is Firmino and either Maguire
Mane.
or Lindelof. No.
Put it this way,
Mane could be shut down by Wan-Bissaka.
But
The one I worry about is
Lindelof.
or Maguire against Firmino. That's gonna
That's
be
messed up.
Yeah, well,
And
if
Firmino's a
you
small
put
player.
Egypt against England, right? Salah plays for Egypt, Shaw plays for England. Would you be worried? I
No,
don't think you would be.
no.
But being it's Manchester United, you're very worried.
There you
go.
So yes, it is what it is. But I'm happy, and I know you guys are happy. United got the 3 points today. Yes, it was a disastrous first half, but they dug deep mentally, physically, and they were motivated to go get that 3rd goal or get a win with the fans pushing them forward. It is what it is. Yes, people might say, "Oh, it's only Atalanta," because I still got people saying it's only Atalanta. You guys are struggling, which is
That is a ridiculous statement.
it's a non-United
goals.
fan. Those are City and Liverpool fans who are saying it's only
ridiculous
Atalanta.
statement. 90 goals last season they scored. In any competition, that is decent.
So yeah, but I expect that, and you will get more. You're still going to have people saying Ole out tomorrow. You will get that tomorrow. You're going to have Ole outers. So we have come to the end of our show today, the post-match analysis. We had Joe representing the United States. Joe, thank you very much for coming on, the peacemaker. Hope to see you very soon. And Adam in Australia. Adam, thank you very much for contributing to our show today. We shall see you guys. You guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you agree with what they said, drop your comments. If you don't agree, drop your comments, and we'll all decide and talk about it on our next show. From us, it's goodbye and good night. Glory, glory.
Man United.
See you guys next time.
We'll
see you guys on probably Saturday. All right, guys?
Yep.
Take it easy.
All
right, mate.
See ya.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.